People talk about guilt as though it's an instinct, that the second you do something wrong, you feel guilty. I don't. What I'm feeling is power. You always join the story at the part where they're sorry, where they're desperately begging for forgiveness. But there's something before that. There's now. In the space after the act and before the consequences, when you've got away with it. And you're walking out of an unknown door, back down unknown streets, and it's still thumping in you. The dawn's breaking, the dew's settling, and you're just skipping back home. Just flying on the thrill of it. You can taste it. Even back here, the silent click of the door, the tiptoe in. The alcohol's wearing off too quickly. I want it back. Our bed, all the stuff that makes up life, our life, and I don't feel like a traitor. No. I can lie here while another man's saliva drips off my lips. I can remember another man's face bearing over mine, and I enjoy it. I enjoy that all this seems new again. "10 minutes time, he's waking up. His alarm's going off. He'll sigh and grunt and roll over and curl himself round me like a monkey with its bloody mum, just like every morning. He won't notice that anything's different. He won't see that I have mascara down my face, or that my hair is wet because I've been running in the rain to get back before he wakes up. No. He won't see I haven't been here. No, because to him, I became invisible a long while ago. That's not even snoring, is it? Listen. It's definitely more aggravating than breathing, but it doesn't quite have the conviction of a snore. No. Just a slow dribble of air. As if it was engineered to be as aggravating as humanly possible. Kind of like a tiny little pony having a tantrum. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Little wind from the baby. You know, after being with someone else, it's as if I've left the room for the first time in years and came back in and realised this is the man I once thought I might marry. And here we have the spread. Allowing air to all orifices at once in the vain hopes of ventilation. The male of the species spreads himself, much like a starfish, allowing little or no room for the female of the species to coexist with him in their domestic habitat. No, it's as if she wasn't even there. You know, it won't even occur to him that I could have done what I have. There could be all three of us in this bed, and the thought still wouldn't cross his mind. That much trust. Yesterday, that made us strong. Today, it just makes him weak. Look at him. The sleep of the innocent, or ignorant. Either way, it's bliss. But finally, I have him in my hands. 10 minutes time, he's waking up and I make the call. I tell him or I don't tell him. Let's say I tell him. He'll stare and gulp. Breaths, these big, heavy breaths, and then he'll stand and the angle will rise and it will seem as though something might break in him. And I'll just sit there silent and I'll squeeze my eyes tight shut because I don't want to hear what he's saying, because he might say some things that are true about what kind of person this makes me, and I don't want to see that. I don't want to see what I've done in his face. And then he'll make me look at him. And I'll remember how he can be soft. And he'll try and make me understand, try and make me feel what he's feeling. But I won't understand. I won't feel what he's feeling. What we've lost, I gave away. He's had it taken from him. Really what he'll be feeling is a sense of thievery. And everything that I thought was soft and feeling was just his ego speaking. He'll want to know who the other man was, how big his dick was, if he was better in bed. I mean, it's bold, isn't it? That it baffles me as a question, you know. Was he better than me? I feel as though I ought to offer him a recap of the last 6 months, show him some clips, and then give him a chance to rethink the question. So here's the top 3. There was him burping Vindaloo on me as he ejaculated. I mean, the synchronization was incredible. And then there was a time I asked him to stop so I could remove his toenail clippings from beneath me because they were digging in my back. And then finally, the 7-pint impotence. Yates had it spot on. It's like trying to stuff a mussel inside a slot machine. And yet, he'll still ask, was he better than I was? And if I reply honestly, yes, Ben, he was much better than you. It was barely even a contest. Then I'd be lying. I've done the same. I've asked the question. I do remember how it feels. I do remember being the unwitting victim, sleeping, quietly, faithfully until it's said, or until you just know. And then you're angry or more desperate to stop the situation when you realise your insignificance. When you realise that you weren't enough, and so you tried to defend it. Was she better than I was? Huh? Bigger tits? And then you realise you wouldn't be asking him if the answer wasn't yes. And then the visuals. You see him with her, the room they're in, her cheap knickers on the floor. I mean, they probably weren't cheap. They were probably more expensive, more see-through, more size 8 than yours have ever been. And then you see his hands on her. You see his face in the moment that you were entirely forgotten. And then you wonder if in the last hour that he's shagging her, if you ever even crossed his mind. You know you didn't. And then you wonder if in the last year and a half, you ever even crossed his mind. And you know you didn't. But he was never entirely forgotten. No, I didn't forget him for a second. He was in every pant, every gasp, every breath, Every drink it took to get me drunk enough to want to see what it might take to make me visible. And it still wasn't enough. Stay or go, tell him or don't tell him, it doesn't make the slightest bit of difference. Because once you become invisible, there's no way left to win, no buttons left to push. The first one to stop loving has it. Get left in the game and you're screwed.
This is the house my mother built. This is the house that lets the outside in and keeps the inside out. There are no rules, no don'ts, no can'ts, no time to be up, no time to be home, just in and out. Everything always in and out, and everything always open. This is because when I was 6, Mum found out what Dad had done, what closed doors were really for. She asked the builder man to come in and take all the doors in the house. Every last one. The house soon became a big toothless mouth with gaping gaps where the doors had been. Mum soon found strangers to fill up these gaps. They'd fill up these gaps like grains of multicoloured sand. Rivers of funny looking faces and brightly coloured clothes. In they'd run and out they'd pour. Mum had 100 gods and she made idols of them all. Money, sex, beauty. She had the strongest and wildest laugh, as if nothing would ever matter ever again. She is the spoilt kind. The hair, the nails, the men. She takes whatever she wants. Nothing else matters. She is what you call young. Freedom, she said. That was my blessing. She said that I was lucky to be a part of a generation where girls like me had knowledge, and knowledge is freedom. My mother made sure I knew all the truths before the world even began to speak to me. She made sure I saw everything that there was to be seen. But there was one thing that was mine. A small box I kept beneath my bed for all the thoughts that hadn't been hers first. I'd write my secrets down on tiny pieces of paper. I'd put them into little balls, and then I'd plug it shut in case they grew legs or escaped. But they did escape. Mother found my box and took it to her friends. She poured out all my secrets. Tiny paper balls scurried across the tabletops, looking for somewhere to hide. But there wasn't anywhere. Those bohemians with their red wine mouths laughed all my secrets right out loud. All the darkness I ever had, all the darkness that was mine, they pushed into the light. Mummy said I was darling and delicious and funny and odd, and that I was silly for having secrets. I ran away that day. That's where I met you. You were slouched against a tombstone in the backyard of St. Barnabas. You were strong and silent, like you were 1,000 secrets stitched together into skin. I remember your body, bullish and defiant. Even in the twilight, you picked me up, curly, like a comma. That night, I slept in between the bright crimson walls of the room you gave me. The smell of incense that dim up from the cloister below. There, in the eaves, safe and sound, where I heard sermons in my sleep. There were doors, locks, keys, commandments. Remember me, honor me, respect me. Thou shalt not, thou shalt not. It was like sherbet on my tongue. You gave me the freedom behind closed doors, the freedom of silence, never seen and barely tasted. These were firm and forbidden things, and I was found. So there, in St. Barnabas, I made a whole new box of secrets, a colony of thoughts of you. And you never came to find them, and you never tried to pour them out. On that last Sunday, before they found me, you told me to wait for you beneath the back arch, where all the concrete saints stared down at me in the cold. You stood a little way off in a pool of streetlight. As you came closer, the width of your shoulders cast shadows across my face. I was humbled by your presence. You smiled down at me and asked if I was ready. I felt the scars in your palm press against my skin. So I let you take me back to St. Barnabas. It was colder now, as the sun had set behind the black scratchy trees. I stared up at you in awe. I listened to you and your silence. There was strength in your secrecy, and yet you, the king of men, seemed a little vulnerable. I clung to your back like a child. I ran my fingers down that dark tattoo, across your shoulders and down your spine. You hadn't said a word when that needle thudded into your back. Not even a sound. And you were silent still, but your breath was heavy, like a beast that knew his slaughter date was near. You roused me and came above me with eyes as black as death, dredging me, and then unlocked me like a door that had never been opened before, by the master that knew the sanctity of what had remained hidden. To you and for you, I gave up all my secrets. You didn't take them from me. I gave you what was sacred.
What are you thinking?
Nothing.
No. Tell me. You don't keep secrets from your sister, especially when they're me. I'll just find out, you know I will.
I didn't want it to come to this.
Come to what?
Terry told us. What you said yesterday? About wanting us to go back to work? If one of us cracks and the rest of us have no chance...
Louis! Do you not see how much we're struggling? I mean, are you totally oblivious? I've been burning twigs, shoes, anything that'll burn just to keep us warm.
We aren't the only ones that are going through this. Look, if you were born here, coal is in your blood. We have no choice but to fight. We can't let the government take our lives.
And what about Jack's life? What about his future, eh? I've seen it. Policemen collaring kids in the streets, threatening them. Is that something you want your nephew to grow up around? It's too dangerous. The police, they're too powerful.
Look, if one of us go back, those that go back, they're labelled for the rest of their lives as a coward, a traitor, and a scab.
You have every right to hate me. But what else can I do? We've already had to start stealing milk bottles from the streets. What are we supposed to do when we can't even do that anymore?
Well, what the hell do you want me to do?
So you're going back on strike tomorrow then?
Well, I was thinking about it.
You're still thinking about it? After everything I've said? In fact, don't bother. I'll make your mind up for you. You go back on strike and see how fast I leave. I will not let my kids starve for bloody politics.
That's not fair. Do you have any idea the pressure I'm under? From Terry and the lads, I don't know where my nephew's next meal's coming from, and you're constantly nagging at me.
Do you not think I'm feeling the same? Don't think that I'm not making any sacrifices. We're only going to get the money if you go back.
And if I go back, then I've lost Terry and the rest of them.
It's got to be decision time. Be a man and choose. Terry and them, or me and your nephew.
You can't make me...
Your family.
Jenna.
So what's it going to be?
Hi, Taylor. What? Again? Who with this time? No, I didn't mean it like that. Taylor, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry, okay? Right, have fun then. Bye.
What are you doing still asleep? Oscar's been crying for an hour, for fuck's sake.
I'm sorry, I didn't
You're
realise.
always sorry.
No, I am. I'm gonna...
Yeah, Oscar needs feeding.
Look, I'll sort it, but Jamie, please, we need to talk.
Great, that's all I want to hear. I'm after work, so you have the rest of the time to spend with your son before tonight. Talking's for girls, Charlie.
Tonight? What's happening tonight? Jamie?
I'm not coming home tonight, Bobs. We're going out. But that's fine, I guess. I'll just be here. You prick. Of course, I didn't say that. You know, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe he'll meet some other naive little slut, and then I can leave. Let someone else take a beating for a change. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. That's not what I meant. What's happening to me? I need someone to help me. I just need to get away.
So I'm going away for a couple of nights. I just need some time.
Look, Jamie, I'll change.
Oh, it doesn't mean
promise I'll
anything
change.
to me anymore, Charlie. I'm done with you. I can't be around you, and I don't want to be around you. And I don't want Oscar around a deadbeat dad who he just sees moping and crying. I want my son to look into the eyes of a real man. Right now, I'm done.
I'm done. This relationship, this life, this horrible fucking house, I'm done with all of it. I used to dream of a big house with a big garden and kids and a dog and a husband who would love me like my dad loves my mum. I knew all of it. I knew what colour the front room would be, what type of dog we would have, everything down to the flowers that would be in the garden. None of that matters. What matters is who you share it with. And that's where I've gone wrong. If I left, then I could have that one day. And I'd have my mum and dad back. So why can't I? Why can't I? Everything that I do for him, and I just can't do this one thing for myself, this one favour.
So I'm doing me and you a favour. I need some time alone, and you need to realise what it's like to do everything on your own, like I do. It's this or nothing.
Please don't leave me like this.
Like what? A blubbering mess? I'm sorry, Charlie, but I'll do whatever I fucking want.
Jamie, please, I love you.
Don't.
If I leave, he'll find me. If I tell him I'm going, he'll batter me. So don't think that I'm weak for staying. I'm just as vile as he is. I have sex with him knowing he's had sex with other women. What does that make me?
Come on, Charlie. Hey, Mum. How are you? Yeah, no, I'm good. So, I know you enjoyed having Oscar the other day, so how would you like to have him again? Yeah? Oh, yeah, that's great. I'll get his stuff ready then. Okay. See you soon. Bye, Mum. You can have a great day with Grandma today. You're going to get lots of cuddles and kisses. Grandma will always look after you, just like she did with me. And your mummy will always love you. And so will your daddy too, kiddo. I love you so much it hurts, but I'm just not the man you need me to be. Lately, I've had a habit of letting you down, Oscar, and I never, ever, ever want to let you down. Mum.
Hey son, you okay?
Yeah, just a bit tired.
Oh, you get some rest, eh? Oh, what's happening to you?
I've never said this before, but when Dad passed, he was such a rock. You were always there for me, and I pulled away, and I was horrible. She was so good.
Oh, I did what I did for my baby, eh? Oh, you found my bag. Thank you. Hi, gorgeous. Hello.
Well, he's being fed and changed. He's all tucked up and ready to go. He'll need another bottle about 12 o'clock, yeah?
Okay,
But they're all there ready. Do you mind if I just say bye to the little man?
No, of course not.
Goodbye, little man. Daddy loves you so, so much.
You are a softie. You can't bear to be parted from him, can you? Your dad would be so proud of you.
I love you, Mum.
Oh, I love you too. You get some rest.
Yeah.
See you later, Numpty. Come on then, Oscar. Oh, who's that? Hi, darling.
Oh, Joyce, you seemed so stressed the other day. I just wanted to pop over and see how you were.
Oh, I'm fine. What have you done? Have you walked into another door?
No. Have you seen Charlie lately? I could have swore I saw him with the doctors the other day.
Yeah, I've got Oscar for the day. Come on in. You know, Bobby, I've been thinking that, you know, I'm lost without my George, but, well, Charlie and Oscar, they're what keeps me going, and I'm not going to let them down. I'm going to make them proud. I'm going to be the best granny I possibly can.
Joyce, you will be. You don't even need to try.
Oh, bless you. You are sweet. You know, you don't know what love is until you have a child. Oh, they become everything. Your heart, your soul, your whole reason to exist. And then you just suddenly realise that you don't know how you ever lived without them.
I suppose I never really realised just what it meant to have a child, you know. I just imagined the hard work.
Oh, it is hard work, Bobby, believe me, but your reward is, oh, you get to watch them sleep, listen to them breathe, and look into their beautiful eyes and watch them grow. It was the highlight of my life. Do you want to cuddle?
No. Sorry, Joyce. I'm not good with babies.
Listen, why don't you ring your mum and dad, eh? Tell them you love them before it's too late, Bobby, because you'll regret it if you don't. Bobby, you okay?
Everything's just so messed up, Joyce.
What, with your parents? I know, but you can sort that out.
No, it's not that. It's... How can I...
Bobby, it's what? How can you what?
How can I have... I'm
Bobby.
sorry, Joyce. I'm sorry. Look, I'm so glad things are better and I'll call you soon. I'm sorry.
Bobby,
sorry.
wait! Let's try the phone.
We are gathered here today to celebrate the special life of Charlie Lawrence, a beloved father, a wonderful son, a caring partner, and a beautiful friend. We think of the memories that we shared with Charlie, the fond and thoughtful times. We will cherish these memories, the laughter and the good times that we shared.
Butterflies are white and blue. In this field we wander through. Suffer me to take your hand. Death comes in a day or two.
All the things we ever knew will be ashes in that hour.
Mark the transient butterfly, how he hangs upon the flower. Suffer me to take your hand, suffer me to cherish you, till the dawn is in the sky, whether I be false or true. Death comes in a day or two.
Have you ever suffered from depression?
No, I've felt depressed, but
In what way?
what I mean is, I felt sad.
But not depressed.
No.
There's a difference.
Yeah, it's an illness, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you tell me. It's not like I've got a chemical imbalance or anything.
And that's depression.
Yeah, sorry,
No, I'm interested.
Well, it's not like I'd ever say, oh, I'm so depressed. Well, I would, but only meaning sad. So yeah,
You're just sad.
when I am, I'm sad.
Okay. And there's no chance you could be pregnant?
No.
What contraception are you using?
None?
Are you in a relationship?
Yep.
Are you sexually active?
Well, I have had sex, and I do hope to have it again.
But you're not having sex at the moment.
No, not right at the moment.
And what was the date of your last period?
Always feel like I should know this. A couple of weeks ago?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm pretending to know.
But it was normal. It happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to ascertain if there's any chance you could be pregnant.
It's highly unlikely.
Okay. I need your help, Connie. I see men. A lot of men. And it's great you volunteer, because I want to make sure medicine works as well on women as it does on men. Drug trials are very safe, but you consent for yourself. You can't consent for someone else. So what I need to know for sure is that you are not pregnant.
Well, if I am, then it's a second coming, but give me something to wee on, and I'll wee on it.
Right. Do you smoke?
No.
Have you drunk alcohol in the last 24 hours?
No.
Have you taken drugs, medicinal or otherwise, in the last 6 to 8 weeks?
Pretty sure no.
Have you had any poppy seeds in the last 48 hours?
Poppy seeds? No.
So if your drug test comes back positive, I'm going to assume it's for heroin, not a bagel.
Fine by me?
Do you or have you ever suffered from irritable bowel syndrome?
No.
Cancer of the bowel?
Nah.
Cancer of the throat, lungs or skin?
Nope.
Arthritis?
Nah.
Dementia?
Nope.
Type 2 diabetes?
Nada.
Type 1 diabetes?
Nope.
Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental health problem or been in a hospital for a period of more than 24 hours?
No.
So you know and accept you must remain within the facility for the 4-week period and hand all over electronic devices during that time?
Mobile phone? Check. Don't be going looking at those photos now.
You've done this before, I see.
A few times I have, yeah.
Then you know what happens now.
I take myself somewhere and,
You can do it here if you like. I've seen it all before.
well, I will if you like.
No.
Well, I guess I'll go take myself somewhere and let myself off then, shall I?
Okay.
You know, you're an attractive woman, Dr. James.
You need to drink more water.
I do. I will. You know, I've never seen a girl here before.
Do you do these often?
A bit. It's weird. I just assumed women would be less inclined to...
Have things put inside their bodies? So to speak.
Well, I guess you're all right with that sort of thing.
Mind your own.
I am. Can I touch it?
No,
Oh, don't be so precious.
I'm not.
Well, why wasn't it like that then? It was part of you a minute ago.
It's nothing, it's just...
I'm teasing.
I know. I'm not ashamed of it.
You're gonna have to be my friend now.
Five, four, three, two, one.
You're squeamish. You know, there's quite a lot of this.
I'll get better.
Do you feel any different?
How would I know?
True. So, where do you sleep?
Down there. They showed me.
Oh, on your own? I'm with 10 sweaty blokes. You're biologically blessed. You bite your nails?
Oh God, they're really bad.
No shit.
What?
We have the same birthday?
They're 29?
Yeah.
No way.
The exact same.
What are you doing for yours?
Leaving and never coming back. I always do after these, go travelling.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this is for spending money. So, does your man not mind you doing this then?
My man? No, I do what I like.
Ah, of course. Independent woman and all that. Beyonce.
He's away, so
Work, is he?
no.
Stag do?
No.
Inside?
What? No. He's visiting family.
Ah, but not with you though.
No. But with a friend.
Oh.
With his son. He's got a boy from before, so.
Oh. So, are you happy
With what?
with him?
Don't do that.
Do what?
The thing guys say when they never really.
Oh, I'm sure you.
Because whoever truly says that they actually.
Some people do.
Right, well, yeah,
Yeah, what?
I am.
And what?
Happy.
Please look at the screen.
Blue.
Blue.
Red. Green.
Green.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Blue. Red. Green.
Green.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Blue.
Blue.
Red. Green.
Green. Yellow.
Yellow. Blue.
Blue.
Red.
Shit, sorry.
That's okay. It's not a test. Okay, now I just want you to recall as many words as you can that you were shown during that.
Test.
Beauty.
Stupid.
Joy.
Holiday. Lonely.
Lonely. Holiday. Strength.
Guilty. Baby blue.
Okay?
Dr. James,
Yes?
I thought I should let you know. I don't know if it matters, but I know about the stoop effect. I know that the longer you take to say the colour, the more meaningful the word. I don't know if it matters if I know or...
No.
Really? I thought if I knew, then I might try to beat it.
In most cases, being aware of your own bias doesn't actually mean you can affect that bias.
Really?
Yes, it's one of life's tragedies. What do you do? Psychology?
And social science.
Gosh, never too late to become a real doctor, you know. How do you feel?
Bit awkward.
No, I mean physically.
Oh, right. A bit up, like something's going to go wrong. And I keep thinking that my hearing's gone really good, but that's crazy, isn't it? But Tristan said the same.
Well, the agent's designed to increase levels of dopamine,
Right.
and that's all stimulated by new, exciting experiences generally, so there'll be a lot of that sloshing about. There's an old joke, actually. How does it go? So, there's this medic at a conference, and he's fallen for a girl there who hasn't looked twice at him. Now, he knows dopamine is the initial trigger in falling in love. So to try and get the girl, he arranges for them to go bungee jumping together, and they fall headlong into this incredible adrenaline-filled rush, and their dopamine levels go wild. And he looks into her eyes and says, "Wasn't that amazing?" And breathlessly, she answers, "Yes. And isn't the instructor handsome?" It's a sort of science joke, so
No, I get it. Because it's the instructor.
yes, and that she's yes.
This is very good, isn't it?
I'm not sure it's good or bad. It's just the case.
Elevated mood,
Yes.
increased energy levels,
Yes.
weight loss,
Mm-hmm.
and increased height.
Average 2 centimeters.
Height? That doesn't seem likely.
Well, I'm not raising the floors.
I didn't even think we were monitoring height.
I monitor everything.
I see that. Why are you doing psychological tests of this quantity? It's phase 1 physical.
Well, everything's physical in the end, isn't it?
There's really no need to stick to protocol.
Yes.
An antidepressant effect in healthy volunteers. That's pretty extraordinary.
Barely a week in. They know they're given an antidepressant effect. But we mostly their own expectations, surely.
Could be, but the new design is fast acting, so
Sorry, I would just assume it's psychological.
robust objectivity, quite. We're due to escalate the dosage tomorrow. I'll come back for the scans, and I'll sign up for the first dosage escalation now if you like.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tristan, I've been having the most extraordinary dreams.
Yeah, me too.
Vivid.
So fucking
Mundane.
bizarre. Monday.
Yeah. Last night I drank my whole weekly shop I do.
Bloody hell, one weekend and this is where it hits you.
I feel you.
I'm climbing the fucking walls.
I'd kill for a cigarette.
I stuck out once for a fag.
Did you?
Yeah. Out back there's an old asylum.
What?
Like a mental hospital.
No way.
You wanna come see?
We're not allowed out.
Oh, come on. I might know where. Come on.
Hello. This couldn't get any more glamorous, could it? A man walking on with a bucket. But don't worry, the money's on what's inside. Hi, I'm Toby. Now a psychiatrist, I'm afraid. My father was a heart surgeon, and when I told him I wanted to specialise in psychiatry, he went, "You're really the Cinderella of medicine." Which, because Dad thought psychiatry was nonsense, about Freud and everything being motivated by your parents. But I was determined to prove him wrong. So, when the brain goes wrong, there are symptoms and there are physical causes, as with anything else. But because we think with our brains, we think our soul's in there. That sense of us is only a small part of what's going on at any moment. As you sit listening to me, your brain is generously taking care of the basics. Breathing, heart pumping, and other things, so you don't have to. Actively thinking about these things doesn't help, but the brain is taking care of it. And say if we suffered a neurological oddity like, I don't know, you couldn't swallow, we'd see nothing wrong with addressing and repairing the brain as such. We need to consider mental health the same way we do the bodily kind, because it is the bodily kind. This is our body, and sometimes it requires medication. People who suffer with mental illness are not weak. They know what they're experiencing is not normal, and they're strong enough to get help with it. And how about we expand that idea of normal to include mental illness? Every one of us is going to suffer with mental illness, or has, in some point in our lives. Why are we still tied to these stupid notions of the sane and the insane? Why not call ourselves the insane and the not insane at the moment? We're suffering an everyday epidemic. Depression is fast becoming the biggest cause of disability in the workplace. This is why medical intervention is so important. The psychopharmacological revolution is the biggest occurrence in my lifetime, and I'm proud to have been part of it. My dad lived just long enough to see it. And when he died, he donated his brain to science and research into this field. So thanks, Dad. Thanks to people like you, the Cinderella of medicine finally got to go to the ball.
Wow.
Fuck.
It's great to be somewhere with space.
Why did they keep it? It's falling to bits.
It'll be a listed building. Probably costs more to do it up than to close it off like this.
Oh, you're such a grown-up. Come travelling with me after this.
What?
No, it doesn't have to be for long. We'll go anywhere you like.
I'm not going travelling with you, Tristan. I barely know you.
Well, what do you want to know?
I'm not doing this. My work, my relationship, my course.
Don't be so practical. Be romantic. So, what do you want to know?
Nothing, Tris, seriously.
Nothing.
No, I do. Of course I do. You're very interesting. It's just, I feel weird. I don't feel like I'd feel like in real life.
This is real life? What is real then?
It's just the antidepressant. The doctor said it's designed to stimulate certain, like dopamine. It's like a chemical that releases, it's like the rush you get when you do new or exciting things. And, well, it's fake. It's designed to make you feel like you're falling for someone.
So?
So forgive me if I take everything with a big pinch of,
So you're saying I don't like you because of the...
I think it's a strong possibility.
Bullshit. I can tell the difference between who I am and a side effect.
No offence, Tris, but no, you definitely can't.
So you're saying any attraction is the result of the trial?
Part of it could be.
So you must be basing that feeling on some sort of attraction then?
I never said that. It's a chemical reaction is what I said.
Drugs or whatever. What's the difference?
What do you mean?
What difference does it make?
I don't know. I just think it's something to be wary of.
Why?
Well, everything we do is based on what's pumping around inside of us.
Well, that's just a cold way of looking at a person.
Why? We are our bodies, and our bodies are us. There's nothing more, and that's enough. It's okay.
So, people fall in love in all sorts of ways. It doesn't matter what starts it. I've taken drugs before, right? And there isn't a drug in the world that can make you look at someone and find them attractive. Or listen to them and find them interesting.
Yes, there is.
I'll smell them and know.
It's pheromones, isn't it?
Is there no mystery for you?
There is, but there's more than smelling. It takes work.
Like what?
A few times I've been in love. Whenever I've said I love you to me, or they've written it in the sand or the snow, I thought, well, that's lovely. Then you think of the next time. You think, oh, okay. Again. Just for it to wash away. And melt away.
Some people never get love like that.
I know.
If I did that for you, I'd stop the sea from ever coming in.
In sunshine, you know that.
Oh, thank God! Where have you been? I thought I had to call the police.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, sorry.
What's going on?
Nothing?
Did you climb out of a window?
No, fire escape.
Sorry.
Was there a fire?
Well, we just wanted to get out. We were going a bit mad in there.
You're going a bit mad in here by the looks of it. Just to be clear, you've signed a consent form committing to refraining from sexual activity.
Yeah, and we've not done anything. Apart from what you saw.
Yeah, you perv. Sorry, I don't know why I said that.
You can't disappear with psychiatric medication coursing through you. I'm responsible for your safety. Bed, please.
Hey, do you want a phone? I've got a spare one.
Your own.
What do you think?
What do I think?
What do you think?
I think it's too early to say.
What?
I think it's too early to say.
Look at them!
I am.
And tell me the reported effects.
Elevated mood.
Yes.
Increased energy levels.
Yes, and here we see dampened amygdala activity,
Mm-hmm.
strong activity in the dopaminergic pathways, and the reward centers of the brain in general.
Mm-hmm.
The antidepressant effect I've ever seen.
If you say so.
It's on scan, Lorna, right in front of you,
I see it.
in healthy volunteers.
I don't doubt there's an antidepressant effect going on, but I don't think it's got anything to do with your drug.
Seems like rather a coincidence.
You see what you want to see. It's what you lot do.
My lot? My lot are your lot.
It's difficult to know what I'm in sometimes.
Professionally speaking. Why don't you think it's the drug?
Professionally speaking, two very good reasons. You asked to see the scans of the volunteers showing the greatest effect. Are you interested in who they are?
Of course.
Okay. Two very different clinical histories, backgrounds, genders even. But they have one thing in common. They're both involved in an intense and protracted flirtation with each other.
Really? Right. Do you think that's what I'm looking at?
I think their physical symptoms and neural activity is a result of that. Attraction. And frankly, it's obscuring any sense of what the drug itself is doing.
Unless it is what the drug itself is doing.
No, I don't think so.
We've got an increased electrodermal response.
They're sweating more.
Pupil dilation, suppressed appetite, inability to sleep.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Don't understand what you're exactly in.
If the agent is causing all of these symptoms, why on earth wouldn't they assume they're infatuated?
You think that because they feel all the things one would associate with infatuation, they are just assuming that's what they are.
Assuming, exactly. Look, the body responds to what it's being given. They can't eat, they can't sleep, and they're in a constant state of neural excitement ever since they first met. What's the brain going to conclude?
You think a mistake's after love?
Not even mistakes are created afterwards to make sense of the response. Look, depression is characterized by the deadness of emotion, right? Insularity, lack of engagement with those in the world around you.
Is it?
the other end of the spectrum, where the agent could be taking extreme emotion, excess engagement, overwhelming purpose. What does that sound like?
Bollocks.
What does it sound like?
Pretty sure it's not the drug effect, Toby. Are you interested in why I don't think it's a drug effect?
Of course. I just think I'm interested in it.
Thank you, Doctor. I'm glad you asked. Because number 7 here is on a placebo. Not even on your drug. There's all those physical symptoms and antidepressant effect.
Ah.
Yes. So it's definitely not your drug.
On placebo.
Yes. So one of them, the effect's entirely natural.
Sorry, is there a difference?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Anxiety, is that what you're feeling? Anxious?
Yeah, sort of. But there's something else.
Anxiety, but like good anxiety? Is there a word for that?
I can't think of the word for it, but yeah.
Alive. Really, really alive.
More alive than usual?
Yeah, the speed of thought. Speed of thought, the repetition.
Yeah, like everything's more vivid.
Can I ask you something?
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
How's Connie?
On these trials, someone has to not be on the drug, right?
I can't sleep.
Right.
Is that correct?
All drugs compared to control, yes.
So that means that someone might not be on the drug.
It's not for you to worry about. Much better you just tune into what you feel.
I've never felt this alert before.
Just breathe. Try and relax. It's lights out soon. If you can get some sleep, that would be better.
Sleep?
Sleep? Sleep's for the weak.
I feel like I might never sleep again. You shouldn't be here.
I know.
How am feeling?
It's hot.
I'm cold.
Oh, God.
You're sweating.
How do you feel?
Bursting.
I do too.
Do you? Really?
Yeah, I'm just not fighting it. I'm not going to take advantage of you.
I think I'm going to take advantage of you.
I think I'm in love.
Are you?
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
I think I'm in love.
Yeah.
It's such a relief.
This has to stop.
I can't help the way I feel.
Yeah, but you can help the way you're behaving.
I think I love him. You have to tell me if I'm on the placebo or not.
I can't tell you that. It compromises the trial.
You're doing this trial to help people unhappy, aren't you? It's making me desperately unhappy and you don't want to help me.
Of course I do.
I'll just tell Tristan that we have to leave and then
Is that what you want to do?
back home. I've got a boyfriend
Right.
and I love him, or at least I thought I did. I can't work out if this was real or that's real.
I can't help you with that.
Aren't you a psychiatrist?
I'm a person.
Talk to me like I'm a person then.
Okay.
I thought I was happy, but now I see I was desperately unhappy. I can't work out what's changed.
I had a tough time, quite a few years ago. I'd broken up from a relationship that I'd been in forever, and that was a big decision. And I lost a parent after a long time, and I was supposed to be going away for work, a conference, but I didn't know if I could. I was afraid of flying, and I nearly didn't make it. But I did, and that week turned out to be one of the best weeks of my life, professionally and just in terms of fun and new horizons. I met lots of very interesting people, and it was very, it was good. And I got on really well with this one guy. He was great and funny, and a real force of joy in the room. And even though I was a mess and, well, he was married, it was one of those chance encounters that give you hope. Because you think, God, they are great people, and they seem to think I'm great, and not like beginnings, So, on the flight back, sat next to a doctor, a woman, and she recognized me. And we talked, and she knew this guy. And she said, "You didn't sleep with him, did you?" And I was like, "No, why?" So, anyway, turns out he's this big notorious shagabout on the conference circuit. More astute, less younger women would, Strange, it wasn't till then. On the flight back, I sort of felt something dissolve in the jet stream. Like, something got eroded down. And by the time I got back, it was dark.
I'm sorry.
No.
Tristan's not like that.
Of course not.
Please, you have to tell me.
He's not on the drug. Tristan's on a placebo.
Right.
You see?
Yeah.
So with him, he's vulnerable in a different way.
Is that okay? To lie to him like that?
It's essential. We do it all the time.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Gosh. My head.
Are you okay?
Maybe I can just stare in it forever. No. I'm joking. It has to stop, doesn't it?
This has to stop. We're due to increase dosage tomorrow. I hope you're happy to stay. Five, four, three, two, one.
No.
What?
Wait. I just think we should wait until we know more how we feel.
Well, I know how I feel.
Well, I don't. Just want it to be fair.
Fair? What is it? Have you been calling him?
No.
Do you still love him?
It's none of your business.
Well, what is it?
You're being weird.
You're not telling me something.
What do you want to happen? I mean, really?
I want you to tell me in this moment how you feel.
I don't think I love you the way you love me.
Fine. Well, you want me to look into the future? Fine. Go home. Go home and stay with him for 2 more years out of guilt for him leaving his wife and kid for you.
He didn't.
telling him everything's fine and nothing, and everything with me was nothing. Before you know it, you're 45 and you're caring for some cunt with cancer.
I hate you!
Have you been calling him?
I physically hate you!
Using my fucking phone to do that?
You gave it to me.
Give me it back.
I don't have it.
You're lying. Give me
Stop
it.
it!
Give me it.
Trent, stop it! You're hurting me!
I'm sorry, it's the drugs.
Now it is!
I'm losing it.
Stop it!
I can't handle it anymore.
You're not even on the drug, Tristan! I'm sorry.
Why didn't you tell me?
Thought if you knew, it might upset you. Us being different, me being...
Fake? Is that why you went about being fake? For you?
No!
Did you know when we went to the place?
No, I didn't know then, I swear it.
I feel like such an idiot. I swear I could... Did I just make it all up?
No.
But physically, I swear. I don't know.
What don't you know? I love you, surely you can feel that.
I don't know what that means now.
I think we should exclude one of the volunteers from the trial. A boy, a guy, the man who's on placebo in fact. He's not dealing with the environment. He showed aggression and instability. Now, he's not eating. In any other environment, I'd be worried for his mental health. I'm used to helping people, you know, not putting them in a situation which distresses them. I don't think I can do this.
Okay, Laura, just calm down. So what do you think? He is a test subject. The symptoms are relevant, and we're monitoring him as such.
I give out the pills, Toby. I know he's on
You
placebo.
don't know what you're giving out. He's on an active agent, just packaged differently. Deliberately. He's on the drug. A testing practitioner bias alongside as well. That's what we do sometimes. To see if there's a difference in the report according to what you think they're being given.
You're testing me.
It's not unusual.
You're testing me.
Look, are you going to do it? One more dosage. Are you actually going to make it through something? I want you to administer the drug. I think you can do it. Then we can talk about your future.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's going on? What did he do?
What happened?
Is everything okay, Tristan?
Did he take something else?
Have you given him something else?
Tristan, have you taken something else?
Leave him alone! Tristan, tell him you want it.
I'm fine.
How much have you given him?
Honey,
Come here.
you've got a halo.
Tristan! Help! Tristan! Tristan, can you hear me? Tristan! Tristan! Get it out! Get it out! Get it out! Get it out! Get it out!
The first time I saw a human brain, it was probably the president's, the most powerful man in the world. Head in his hands, pinker than his wife's dress. Then years later training, you see it come out of the body, the smell. The skull tends to be sewn to reveal the brain. So, you smell sawdust. The brain comes out like a squid, in both hands, soft and slimy. We Add a £3 lump of jelly. But it's not necessarily me, is it? I want to work hard. I want to sleep. I don't want to shout swear words on the street. It must know this. Must want that too. If it's me.
What day is it?
Thursday.
What?
You had a bad reaction on trial. This is the day we do your nails.
Do I still love you?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know.
Tristan, if you're still there, please hear me. I hate who I was back then. I didn't know. You won't believe me, but I'd rather spend every day arguing with you for the rest of my life than ever loving anyone else. We're going to go to mine now.
Why?
Because that's what we're doing today. Happy?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, let's go.